You informed her about your previous when you had to go through the same evaluation. But I guess did you give her a copy of that paperwork, or you just told her you went?
I sent her information over the email. She disregarded it.
The actual report, or
she disregarded? Sir, please. Look, this is what I'm trying to say. Look, I gave her. I explicitly listed this on an email to her that these are the things that I've done. If she now said, you know what, let us have that record, then I will provide it. I'm not going to provide something that nobody asked for. But I told her explicitly about it, and in spite of that, I was still being forced that I needed to go for one, and my rights were never explained to me at any point in time.
Can you send me a copy of that document? Because what I have to do is of course I have to go back to the commander and find out, what are your reasons? And on your side of it, what I have to do, I have to show, these actions were completed by the soldier. So if there's any way I don't need a copy of all of them. I just need a copy of one that happened during that time frame.
Of what? That specific email?
Your actual diagnosis that says, he was fine. He came in, did an evaluation, it was fine. It doesn't have to be the actual record. It just be a letter or a statement or something from the person that did the evaluation.
No, sir. I'm sorry. I think I will appreciate if I'm given access to some form of lawyer here. Because in all honesty, I don't know what is going on here. I'm a physician, sir. And what I'm saying is this, sir. Look, I don't know what you're telling me to do. Or you just want me to just fully go to the government and just really just say these things out? I don't know. Sir, what I'm saying here is, what is the basis? Forget about me even needing a mental health evaluation. What are the symptoms? I'm a psychiatrist myself. What are the symptoms that she prompted? What prompted me to be asked for? I do not have any psychiatric history. None whatsoever. I've not been diagnosed with any psychiatric condition. None whatsoever. So the basis of even asking that I needed to go for a psychiatric evaluation is called for. And the response she gave me, which prompted all of these other visits that I was telling her, was that it is based on the allegations that the hospital made. And where I was going was, the hospital also made a litany of other allegations. I'm a terrorist. I was fired. I'm trespassing. And all of those things have been legally proven to be false. The FBI investigated me, and I supplied all this documentation to you. So if the hospital is making a lot of statements about my mental health and about my competency in general, and they've been shown to be false, on what basis can one go with any form of statement that they will make?
Emails. I think her basis is that you're dealing with stress related to the release of your residency program. Hello? Yeah, so that's her, according to her, or the document she sent.
Yes, and what is the evidence of that stress?
Okay, dealing with a lot of stress. I'm going to get a hold of the command surgeon.
Okay.
And get some more info, because I went and talked to them before I called you, because I wanted to get some idea. The onus, and I have to go back and get with them just to be sure, but the onus to say that there's nothing wrong with me falls with the soldier.
I disagree, sir. I'm a medical officer myself.
That's why you can tell me you disagree, but I'm saying with the Army regulations, with how the surgeon office reviews it.
Okay.
Because if the commander says, and this is the climate that the Army is operating in, if they even suspect any type of mental health problem, even slightly suspected, if the commander doesn't do anything about it and something happens, then the investigation it goes all the way up to Department of the Army level.
Okay.
And that's why commanders now, if they suspect anything, they do command for MHEs. Now, our role in the IG is to make sure that it was actually being done properly.
Yes.
So what I'm going to get with the surgeon.
Now, before you go ahead, let me say this. I'll tell you this, okay? She didn't even follow the requirements in order, the protocol. I want to know who she spoke with, the mental health or the medical doctor she consulted with. I want to know when I was provided a written documentation as to the fact and the rationalization of the mental health evaluation. I never got a letter. I never got any information. I was never given my rights. I was never told that I had the opportunity to even see a private psychiatrist, even at my own expense. So even when we go by the Army regulations, the very set of protocols that are required in an emergency situation and in a non-emergency situation wasn't even followed.
Mm-hmm. That's also one thing I want to talk to, Captain Coombs. Now, we did let them know that their issue with it was they didn't, at least from their side, their word was they did not understand how the orders would be cut if you did an out-of-state, which I won't say I can fully understand, but a lot of units, it was a lot of the fund managers who I spoke with on how would it take place it took them a while to actually explain that, yes, you can do it on your own, and kind of explain to me how an order would be cut if they did that.
But sir, I was already out of state, so that is no longer an issue. When I spoke to the commander over the phone, it was in February, and I told her, do you know what, I'm already a resident of Maryland. So the new state I was in by the time, and that was when she now made a statement that she's going to get me out of the military. You know, did you listen to the tape I sent to the recording?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I was already in Maryland. I told her that my residence has moved. And even it is a lot more appropriate for me to do it here, given the plethora of military bases and installations that surrounded me. So the issue here is really multiple, and it is really, in all honesty, I'll be frank with you, it is straightforward. You know, the regulations in there weren't done. I was threatened that I can either go voluntarily or I'll be escorted. That is threat. That is psychological harassment, if you want to look at it. You know,
The question, when did you, now, according to AR-20-1, did the commander know you was making this recording when you did it?
Did the commander know? That I'm not going to answer about, because really that is out of your purview.
Okay,
you know, yes.
Hold on a second. Let me read something to you. Because you want me to use this statement to show it was threatening, but if the commander that I know it was done, according to the AR, I can't use that statement.
No, well, that will be up to a competent court to decide that. And because, that is up to a competent court to decide that. You know, and so if you want to remove or not use the evidentiary materials as submitted to you, it will have to be ruled by a court. You know.
No, it's by my AR-20-1.
That what?
Hold on a second. AR-20-1 outlines what I can and cannot use in the course of an investigation. Let's see. Because I just ran to the exact same one with another spouse, recorded a statement from her spouse, and then when we did the investigation, it turned out we couldn't use that because the person must be known. AR-20-1. Is your commander, is she a medical service corps officer, or is she actually
She's a nurse.
She's an actual nurse?
That's what I think. I'm not sure about that.
Okay. I'm going to put you on hold for 1 second, okay?
No problem.
All right. Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Okay, I'm back. Miss McGee is going to track that down for me, but that's some clarification from her. All right, did the commander at any point in time, because what was supposed to happen, she was supposed to actually speak with a mental health professional, lay out your behaviors. That mental health professional should have said yay or nay that this person is a candidate for a mental health referral. If that did not happen, then you can't be notified. So simply saying you're stressed out is not a valid reason for directing you to do a mental health referral. So I'm going to get with this Colonel Delancey to try to track down who did she talk to prior to issuing the referral to you. Because you're right, you don't have to do it unless she can actually show proof that she's already talking to a mental health professional, provided them a full layout of what was happening. And then that mental health professional is supposed to say yes or no, you can or cannot refer the soldier for an eval. Now, that mental health professional, unfortunately, the soldier, I have to verify what she said. Right now, she doesn't think the soldier can refute the information from once the mental health provider has provided. That doesn't sound right to me, but I have to go back and dig into that part too. So what we found so far, just based on the initial review, is